Today at a launch event in China, Xiaomi launched the much awaited Mi Mix 2S. And here's everything you need to know about Xiaomi's latest bezel-less smartphone. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and before we begin, here's a card to our latest giveaway. I'll also be leaving a direct link to it in the description below. And while you're down there, do click that bell icon to get notified every time a new video goes live here on C4E Tech. Now we generally start off with the build and design, but honestly, not much has changed since the Mi Mix 2. To be super precise, the Mi Mix 2S is marginally shorter and narrower than its predecessor, but that's by less than a millimeter, and it is 0.5 millimeters thicker and about 5 grams heavier. So for all intents and purposes, the build's more or less the same. To the front, you get a 5.99-inch full screen display with the camera to the bottom. Sadly or happily, depending on where you stand on the leaked images, the rumors of the notch turned out to be untrue. Now, most of the changes are to the back, at least physically. The Mi Mix 2S gets a dual camera setup, an iPhone X-esque vertical alignment, just like we saw with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. The accent trim along with the camera goes nicely with the rest of the design. The side's built out of 7 series aluminum and the back's still made out of ceramic. For the first time though, Xiaomi's added support for wireless charging. In fact, Xiaomi's now selling their own Qi charging pads for 99 RMB, that's about $16 or 1000 rupees. That's welcome news. The battery capacity itself remains unchanged at 3400 mAh with support for Quick Charge 3.0. Another area where there have been changes is with the internals. The Mi Mix 2S now runs on Snapdragon 845 with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM along with 64, 128 or 256 gigs of onboard storage. The 845 is the newest and fastest chip from Qualcomm, and as such we expect the performance to be top-notch. Like every other phone manufactured in 2018, Xiaomi's launch of the Mi Mix 2S wouldn't have been complete without throwing in a few AI buzzwords. Most of these AI features are centered around the dual cameras to the back, so I guess now is as good a time as any to talk about these cameras. The primary unit is a 12 megapixel shooter. To be precise, this is the IMX363 sensor from Sony. The aperture is f1.8 and there's support for 4-axis optical image stabilization. Now this is quite a large sensor, so the pixel size is a whopping 1.4 microns. I'm excited to see what this can do, especially under low light. Xiaomi says the DxOMark's awarded it a 101 for still images. Seems interesting. The secondary shooter uses a 12 megapixel Samsung sensor, S5K3M3 to be precise. This has a telephoto lens, meaning we get 2x optical zoom. Xiaomi has also implemented hardware level multi-frame noise reduction as well as used AI for automatically tweaking photos. The cameras on this device can recognize 206 scenes across 25 different categories and then change 6 parameters of the images like brightness, contrast, saturation in order to get the best image possible out of every scene. But the feature that got me most excited was the AI-powered bokeh mode. With this, you can change the strength of the background blur as well as add some cool effects like blurred out hearts and patterns to the background. I can't wait to test those out for myself. The selfie camera has a 5 megapixel sensor, however, thanks to AI, it too can capture portrait mode shots. Video though was a bit of a letdown as the maximum video capture from the rear camera seems to be capped at 4K 30 FPS. It's probably one of the reasons why the camera got just a 88 rating for video from DxOMark. On the software front, the Mi Mix 2S runs on MIUI 9 on top of Android 8.0 Oreo. Finally, Oreo. Most of you guys are familiar with all the features that MIUI brings to the table, MIUI 9. But if you want to know more, we have a dedicated video on it. Check that one out. So as far as pricing goes, Xiaomi hasn't really changed the base price of the Mi Mix 2S. It still remains what it was when the Mi Mix 2 came out. So in China, that's 3299 RMB, which kind of converts to 34,000 Indian rupees. When the Mi Mix 2 did come to India, it launched at 35,999 if I can recall correctly. So even if the Mi Mix 2S comes to India at that price instead of 33, 34, around 36, it still should be a reasonably good deal. So at these prices, would you get yourself a Mi Mix 2S? Are you impressed with this new launch from Xiaomi? Do tell us in the comments below. If you are holding out for some other phone like the OnePlus 6, let us know what it is that you're holding out for. Zenfone 5Z, OnePlus 6. let us know in the comments below. So if you do love Xiaomi products, then share this video. If you hate the fact that bezel-less phones are getting affordable, well, you know what to do. But if you did like this video, then drop us a giant like, subscribe to C4E Tech, and click on that bell icon so that you get notified every time a video goes live on C4E Tech. So that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.